What's up, everyone? As you guys hopefully know from my other posts, but if not, we are releasing the 2 week vacation test book. And I just want to talk for a second about why we wrote this book, why we're releasing it, and why you should pick it up. So, here's the thing that most people don't understand, and especially don't understand about entrepreneurs. We all tend to get busy into what we're doing, and we feel like we're the only one that can do it. Now, I'm talking about parents, I'm talking about your career, but specifically what happens with entrepreneurs. And if you're a business owner, you know this, leave a comment below, let me know. Is when you start the business, it takes so much effort. It is figuring out all the things, the business model, the customers, how you get in front of them, what you say, as well as getting the finances and the funding up, regardless, depending on what kind of business you have. And so what ends up happening is that we grind as entrepreneurs to get the business started, to get that initial traction. And then what can easily happen from that stage, or as you go to each extra stage, is that you end up getting stuck in the business. You end up doing everything, and you'll find that there's only so many hours in a week. So it doesn't matter how much harder, how much more you work, you're not going to be able to make it work. I tell you this from experience. I tell you this from my real estate business when I was doing nights and weekends to buy properties and renovate them. I'll tell you this from my wine and liquor store when I was working a full-time job while doing the real estate, while getting the store going, which, if you know, a store requires people to be there. So there were phases where I was like just heavy into it, missing family functions, feel like I'm working all the time, and even questioning like, is this why I started the business? If you're like most entrepreneurs, you started the business because you want to make more money and have more time, yet it feels like you're making less money and working more time than you did when you had a job. So not only from my own experience, but also from the hundreds of entrepreneurs that we've coached, this is a lesson that I share all the time. I love this question, which is, what needs to be true for this business to run without me? And most business owners are just in it and not taking the time to step back and think about that. And if you do, you're going to say, oh, okay, well, let me list everything that needs to get done. Now I have a set of tasks that need to get done and systems I can create. Let me get a list of people and team members and roles that I will need to make that work. What am I doing now? And let me start functioning that out. Now I can build role scorecards and figure out who I need to hire. And what do the numbers have to look like to make this work? Financially, what does it have to look like? And then KPIs. What do I need to do for marketing, sales, fulfillment, and operations to make this whole thing work? And once you've got that all defined, now it's just a matter of putting those pieces in place to ultimately remove yourself so that you are still involved in the business, but you're working on it and not in it. And the whole reason that we wrote this 2 week vacation test is a good test for how healthy your business is not just what the numbers look like. Obviously, that's a good indicator, but also what your time looks like. And so the premise and what we challenge every entrepreneur to do is set a time to take 2 weeks away from the business. Because if you can step away from the business for 2 weeks and it can not only run, but ultimately thrive without you being there, now you've set the business up to not need you. And so, I know there's a lot of books on time management. But the one thing that we found the gap was everyone was talking about like the outcome, but nobody was talking about how to actually make it happen. And so what's super cool is you go throughout this book and I'll see, if we can kind of flip into it. It's step by step, and you'll see that there's not a ton of text. There's a lot of just short, punchy things. But what we actually do is we give you guys the step-by-step approach of how to take that 2 week vacation, from being able to take a night off to being able to take a day off to being able to take a weekend off, right? So we're going to take you step by step through each one of those and help you with the activities of what to do for each one of those to hit each milestone. And the goal is to get you not only the 2 week vacation, which is amazing, but to have the business set up so that you're then not tied to it. And that's when business growth and everything you want from the business really comes from. So with that said, the book is like $8, super cheap. Pick it up. It will definitely be worth your time. And if you're looking for more support, questions around this, let me know. We help a lot of entrepreneurs every day with this, and we'd be happy to help you out as well.